Hey everybody, today I am going live to make zipper pouches for a while. Hopefully this angle is kind of okay. You can kind of see what's going on here, kind of see what's going on here. So I'm going to start by making one full zipper pouch just so you can see what it is I'm making, and then I'm going to show you guys how I batch sew them essentially. So I'm going to start out with my number 3 all-purpose zippers. This is what I store them in. I just get the assortment packs and then different colors from waywack.com when they're on sale, and that's pretty nice. So I'm going to start by ironing all of these with steam. So I pretty much just grab a handful of colors. Probably need more than this. Whoops, gross. I've got my iron set to the cotton setting, and then I'm going to steam. Hello to everybody who's watching. I will read comments after I kind of go through what I'm doing. And then if you have questions or anything like that, please feel free to comment and let me know. Good morning. All right. So I'm going to start with this one. I just have this square of fabric. I'm not going to tell you the measurements just because that's kind of what I do. But you want to cut it to about 1 inch taller and wider than you want it to be finished size. So the size of my zipper is 7 inches, so I've cut it to 8 inches wide, and then however tall you want it to be. So what I'm doing first is making sure everything is nicely pressed. And then I'm going to lay my zipper face down, lay my lining face down, and clip my zipper in. And then I'm going to sew that in place. Cut my thread, and then I'm going to press the lining to the back and that to the front and press. And if you want to, you can top stitch this seam or not, and then lay it face down, so the exterior sides together and then the lining sides face together. And then sewing all of that together. I folded my zipper kind of straight, and if you need to unzip it, you can. Make sure you backstitch the beginning and the end. And then I'm folding this open and pressing using steam, and then if you need to, you can press from the top. Oh, my poor iron. So then I'm going to unzip this halfway. I need to grab some tags. I'll catch up on comments in just a second. I'm sorry. All right. So I need to put these in something so when the house cleaners come, they can clean. Alright, so I'm folding my zipper towards the lining. So unzipped and your zipper teeth are pointing up towards the lining. Lining up your exterior fabrics. Repeating that on the other side. So right now my whole seam is facing like that. And then line up the bottom edges and the top edges. So here's what I'm looking at. Then I'm going to start. It's kind of hard. There we go. Nope, not on the table. Okay. Yes, we'll hope that stays. So I'm going to start about 2 inches, 2.5 inches from the outer edge, back stitch, pivot at the corner, and what I'm doing is feeling my seam allowance, like where my zipper stop is. And I'm just gonna sew right next to it, but not through it. Back stitch, come all the way down the side, pivot at the corner. And then again, you kind of feel where your zipper is, sewing next to it, but not through it. I'm gonna add one of my woven labels right there. Now I've got it sewn all the way around the outer edge. I left an opening that's about 3 inches. And then I'm going to trim my excess seam allowance. So I'm going to start in the lining, cut it at a corner. Like that. See how it's kind of angled? And then again on this other corner. But you don't want to cut through where you have not sewn. So right here I didn't cut because I haven't sewn, and I want to make sure I have enough to like tuck inside. So I'm going to flip this through. This is not a brand new Juki. This is a 2000 QI, and I actually bought it as a, what do they call it? Oh, a refurbished item from Amazon. So I paid like maybe $600 for it several years ago. I think I bought it in like 2016 or something. Okay, so I'm poking out the corners with my fingers. And then flattening it. Make sure you get all of your little excess threads, little snips. Fold in your excess lining there. If you need to, you can iron it, steam it. Pamela, the Trailblazer did work for me. I did enjoy using it, but I don't think I would use it as an everyday bag, so I may sell it. Is this a specific pouch? No, these are just measurements with a zipper, basically, that I sell on my website. Not the measurements, but the zipper pouches. And this one, my friend Tammy requested I make her one, so I did. Okay, so that's what we're making, this zipper pouch. I designed the fabric, and this is a linen cotton canvas from Spoonflower, uninterfaced, and then just a regular quilting cotton for the lining. I know, I'm gonna move. No, Allie, I have not gotten the iron to steam very well, unfortunately. I was on the phone with Elisa this weekend to return it, but I need it to actually iron stuff because I can't, oh, my wrist, even thinking about doing that. Oh, Sharon, that's exciting. I'm actually considering buying a new one off of Amazon while this one gets repaired, and then, I don't know, either returning it to Amazon or something, because I can't not have it. The steam it's pushing out is hardly anything. Oh. This is my new ironing board. Okay, so if you guys have questions, feel free to ask. I'm not going to scroll through just because I went live to show you guys and I need to get these done. So when I'm batch sewing, what I'll do is cut one, add my zipper, again, zipper face down, lining face down, and I just spaz out. Unfortunately, I can't really move my camera anywhere else so that you can see better. Not a professional camera person. Okay, so I just grab random color zippers that match. I add 2 clips. What are your thoughts of that smaller version? I'm not sure. Do you mean the smaller Oliso? Because I wouldn't want that, personally. I think it's perfect for quilters. When do you use your heat press machine? I use it when I'm interfacing. Lauren, thanks for such great tutorials. Oh, thank you. So the reason I'm cutting these so confidently is when I designed this fabric, I added lines for cutting so that everything was the size I need it to be. Okay, so I'll try to move this a little bit better so you guys can kind of see. Okay, this one, yes, I see the line. All right, I'll flip it over. So I did not personally cut out all of these. I have my friend, I pay her to cut them out, so God bless her. She cut out so many zipper pouches while I was gone, but now I have to make them all. I sell these zipper pouches for $10. Oh, Carol, yeah, definitely I should. Alright, exterior fabric face up, zipper face down, lining face down. How many zipper pouches have I made ever? Yes, the design was made from a photo. So I'm making sure that I keep this stack in order. So that way when I go through for the next batch, like to add the other side of the zipper pouch, everything's in order. I don't really have to think about it. Do you do other crafts than sewing? Sometimes I crochet. But I don't make anything, I just work on one blanket. Gloria, yes, the meetup in Missouri did already happen. Hi, Carla. All right, so someone asked what my trick to squaring up the zipper is, and what I do is just make sure that my zipper is 1 inch shorter, like from end to end, not including the twill, just the start and the stop. I make sure that's 1 inch shorter than the fabric that I'm cutting. And then you use a 1/2 inch seam allowance. So basically what you want to do is sew right next to, but not through the start and stop of the zipper. And that's usually fine. All right. So now I'm going to move the camera so you can see the sewing machine a little bit better. And what I'm going to be doing is just sewing all those zippers into place. So back stitch, holding all of my fabric. And then as I get closer, I'm pulling on the end of my zipper and holding it in place. Back stitching, cutting, add it to the stack, and make sure that I don't get them out of order. Back stitch. This machine used to sound quieter. I do not have a zipper foot for this machine, but if you have trouble adding your zippers without one, I would definitely recommend getting one. So now I have, for those of you asking about the copyright thing, I mean, at the end of the day, it's not my property, so yes, it is an issue, but I have not run into any problems. Oh, Gloria. Hey, Sandra and Kira, thank you. But does the zipper ever break your needle? If you hit any part of your zipper, it definitely can. All right, so now I start ironing. So I fold it wrong sides together. Ideally, this part you would add a lot of steam. My iron's like, nope. But I'm using the heat essentially from the one underneath to kind of help it along. So I'm laying it flat and ironing. So for those of you who have asked about my iron, like, is it worth the money that it auto lifts? Just imagine moving your wrist that many times as you're making something like this. So it definitely is a big saver. Yes, Sandra. Sandra says don't use copyright or common names. Wizard, Hunting Brothers, yeah. That's exactly right. However, at the end of the day, you're still using property that does not belong to you to make a profit. So, unfortunately, that is what it is. I look at it as I'm perpetuating the fan base for your property, so it should be fine. I do not prefer metal zippers. I prefer nylon zippers. So that's what I'm using. Okay. So now this stack is in order. So what I can do is I'm going to grab my front fabric, lay my zipper pouch down, grab my lining, clip it together, add it to my stack. So front, lining, clips. Get out of here. Come on. So again, I'm so sorry if I miss a question. Just re-ask, or maybe someone else can answer it for you. Trying to get as many of these done before my cleaning people come to clean my house and kick me out of my workshop. I was like, I'm gonna get a ton done today. And then I had 40 hardware orders to pack. That took a minute. Not complaining at all. So thankful you guys support me. Appreciate it so much. So what I used to do with the zipper pouches is I would finish the exterior of an entire one at once. I wouldn't make it all together, but I would do what I'm doing right now, like back to back. So do one, add the other side, set it in a pile, and that helps you keep everything straight, but it's not necessarily quicker when you have to make 500 of them. And I'm not going to be finishing all of these on camera, just because I'm making a bunch of these so that when I'm hanging out with CJ and his friends upstairs later on tonight, I can just be turning them through. So now we're ready to add the other side of the zipper. So what I'm going to do to start is kind of what I was doing at the end, which is straighten out my zipper, hold it with my finger, backstitch, and sew along. And so now it really doesn't matter what order they're in. And if you guys have any questions, I am looking at comments now. What is the brand of your rivet press? Both are the same. Yes, they are from Gold Star Tool. I paid for them myself, and I don't have a problem with them, but I did have a deal with Gold Star Tool, and people had issues with the presses, so I cannot say I would recommend it. They are too light for my industrial, yes. An 8700 could absolutely sew through this, since it's a lighter weight industrial, but there's no way that my other machine could go through it. Lauren, will you demonstrate what you do with the zipper when you sew the sides together? Yes. Aw. And then if you rewatch this video later, I did show exactly what I do with the zipper at the beginning, just so anybody who's rewatching later doesn't have to watch me make 40. So, Lauren, remind me, is Tex 92 the same as T90 offered at Sunny? The thread will always confuse me. Yeah, I agree. I'm honestly not 100% sure, but I know that what Sunny offers is all good stuff. Ooh, it's fine. All right, so now we're gonna press these open. So I'm laying it flat. I always like to iron from the lining side instead of the exterior, just in case my iron's a little dirty. I'd rather the lining be dirty. People can't really see it. Not that it would be, but just in case, or if anything were to happen, it's easier to fix if it's on the lining than the exterior. And the fabric I'm using for my lining is the cottons at Joann's that were like $2.99 or $1.99 here and there. You got it. Orange door hinge, guys. What is wrong with people? And I'm using the heat from the other side to help me press the front. I mean, you can see that there's a little bit of steam coming out, but it's not like it was. It's not like a beautiful, like, steam. steam. You know what I'm saying? Okay. The thread I'm using is just Gutermann Mara 100. Gloria, when and where is the next meetup? I'm not sure. Cool, thanks. There was some cute rainbow. Yes, Sandra, I have it. I've been meaning to try. The front fabric is cotton canvas, correct. Why do I steam the zippers? So sometimes zippers have like little waves or kinks in them, and steaming it and ironing it out will help press that so that it doesn't interfere later. Monica, no, I have not. Hey Sam, we were just talking about you. Well, we talked about Sunny. Okay, so showing you what I do with the zipper. I'm gonna start with this side. So I unzip it about halfway. Hey look, and there's another Sam. So what I'm doing is I'm folding my zipper up towards the lining. The teeth are pointing towards the lining, and all of my seam is pointing down. The size zipper I'm using, Allison, is a number 3 7-inch zipper, all purpose. So I add a clip there, again, folding this down and my zipper up. None of these fabrics are interfaced. Dana? Is it Dana? I don't know. Okay, so adding a clip, and then I line up my exterior and my lining. Put it in a pile. And repeat. Unzip. All right, I'm not reading comments now. Focus on what I'm doing. Answer your own questions, guys. No, I'm just kidding. So, and I basically pull at that zipper a little bit to separate the lining and the exterior. And you can use more hair clips. It's pretty much whatever works well for you, but this works well for me. And when I'm prepping for a convention, this is what I get to do for at least 48 hours. Not straight, but consecutively. Tanya, I saw that you mentioned an industrial iron. I don't know where to get one or what, but I'm pretty sure I do need an industrial iron. Hi, Evie. Echo. Set an alarm for 1:30 p.m.
Alarm set for 1:30 p.m.
I do not top stitch the lining and the exterior. Like I said, you totally can if you want, but I've made literally thousands of these and never had an issue with needing to do that. So the main thing that makes it look okay at the end as far as the zipper is that I'm using a zipper that's the exact size of the opening, and I'm not sewing through the start and the stop. So if you were to make one of these 7-inch wide zipper pouches using a 9-inch zipper, you'd want to add those tabs so that it sits nice and straight on the top. That's why I always try to use a zipper that's the exact width of what I need for something like this. So unzip it halfway, pull that together, clip, 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 lay it flat. Melanie, I do not sell my fabric through Spoonflower. Yeah, I used to sell fabrics through Spoonflower, but again, that's another, I don't know, it was just not something I wanted to do. Aw, thank you, Becky. Happy New Year to you. It's coming up soon. Ah! All right, back to the sewing machine. Oh, thank you so much, Edith. I'm guessing it's Edith. Alrighty. So again, Lauren, you say hi, my first husband in my side. So what I'm doing is adding a little clip to my woven labels, so that way I can remember to grab it and just like slide it in between the layers. You could do that before you even put them together. Edith, the fabric for January is going to be a little bit late. It's coming the 3rd of the Friday, so I think I'm going to set it for Monday. I'm not sure what day that is of the week, so it's coming Friday the 3rd, 4th, 5th. So maybe January 6th. I'll have 2 fabrics, the Harry Potter Jewel Tone Flying Keys, and then like a dark gray Poison Apple. So it's coming back. Oh, I'm out of bobbin. Are you telling me I ran out of bobbin like perfectly on one of those zippers? Of course I did. Yeah. Thank you, dear bobbin gods. Oh no. Well, this should last me a little while. So I keep my bobbins stored underneath my cones of thread. We can apply links to the live, but only the admins can. Otherwise, people think you're spamming. Admins, moderators, what have you. Gotta thank the bobbin gods. Oh, Kira has to approve them. Gotcha. My seam allowance on these is about 1/2 inch. So going up the side. But really what I'm doing is, in my mind, I've drawn an invisible line, like with the help of my fingers, so that I know where not to sew through. So just right next to that zipper, adding my clip with my woven label, pivoting. So it's a little unorthodox, but it's okay because it's my made up pattern. I use like 1/4 inch along the bottom, but like 1/2 inch on the sides, just so that I sew through that zipper accurately. And so this is what it ends up looking like, which is fine. So what I'm gonna do is just set this aside. I'm not dealing with it today. I'm gonna cut them later. And that's what helps me get through them faster, is just doing those little tricks. I don't know what word I was thinking of. And then when I cut them, I kind of just check to make sure I've sewn through all the layers. Did I sew over the zipper at all? Technically, yes, but not really. I'm sewing through this portion. This and this stay out. So I'll show you what I mean on this finished one we did. So you can see here, there's my zipper. And there's my zipper end. So I'm just kind of feeling that with my finger and sewing through it. So I used to use a lot of Superior threads. I thought they were the best, but I've had a lot of issues with shredding. There have been tons of issues with them being out of stock, so I like to support Sunny Sewing Machines when I need to buy thread. And the only huge difference I've noticed between the two is that the bonded nylon is just a little bit slipperier. But I enjoy sewing with both just fine. Yeah, absolutely. Have I seen the 2 needle before? I don't know what you mean. Have I used the 2 needle before? On this machine, that like double needle thing, no, I have not. Not on this one, but I've used it on something before. But that's why I bought a cover stitch. Yes, the woven label ends up on the outside. And then what I like to do is just do some back stitches in the corners as a little bit of reinforcement, because you know people are gonna stick stuff in there and you don't want it to slip through. Yes, so the woven label ends up like that on the outside. Hi Caroline, where is Ben? He was upstairs. I know Connor's sleeping. So the main reason I like this machine when I sew zipper pouches is it's got the very wide quilting table, which helps keeps everything straight. So if you're gonna make these, I recommend a nice flat surface. Well, if you're gonna make them quickly. Managed to sell at the very least 20 of these at a show because people like them for how small they are. They're easy gifts to give to people. They hold stuff, and they're a smaller price point than a lot of my other items. So like they could buy a $25 tote, or they could buy a $10 zipper pouch. Or they can get like 5 zipper pouches for people in their family, things like that. Alright. Do you want me to just finish this stack? I kind of want to just cut them and finish them, and just like end the video at an hour, because this is 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I will have finished 10 in an hour. We'll just do that. And I'll just put all my scraps here. Sure, sounds great. All right, so again, I'm cutting the lining. Down. I am cutting through that excess zipper. And you want to make sure that you don't cut through your stitch lines, of course. That would be bad. So I've got excess lining, I'm cutting that off. So usually when I'm prepping a bunch of these, I won't cut them like I am now. I'll go sit at the TV on a couch or go to a friend's house or something and just cut these and turn them and then sew when I get home. And like what I'll do if I'm watching TV is I'll like hold it like this so I can see the TV and what I'm cutting. I know that I did like a Q&A video, but I can't remember if I ever posted answers. So maybe for a Q&A video, would you rather it be pre-recorded and you just ask the questions like through email or Snapchat, Instagram, or would you rather it be like live? I listen to TV way more than watch. Same. Carol wants live. All right, so I'm putting my finger in to the opening to grab that zipper pull. Okay, yeah, I could do that. Seems like fun. Would that be like a pre-planned live, like we say, or would you guys rather it just be like a random what have you? All right. And then if I'm working on a ton at the same time, what I do is just add a clip on the opening so that I know. Pre-planned. Yes. So what I do as I'm turning these is I'm really adding some stress to those corners. Oh, too shy to ask live. Yeah, that's a great idea. It's a really great idea. I love that. Submit anonymous questions. Yeah, I'll answer most any questions. would you please hold one up so I can see the fabric? Looks cute. Yeah, sure. These are all just a bunch of different fabrics. Most of these are supernatural. Will you be leaving this live up? Yeah, absolutely, Rochelle. I feel like there aren't too many YouTube lives that I take down. I know it sounds bad of me, but I really like the little extra money from YouTube. See the fabric and the zipper one more time. I mean, that's what it's there for, but like I get to connect to you guys a little bit easier and make a little bit of money. Which is why I've kind of stopped doing the So Whatever lives unless I'm not going to leave them up. Or they're less educational. So there's that. Yeah, I was watching another YouTuber who was talking about like why she takes hers down, and it's because she feels like they're very personal, and if you're not there, you don't necessarily know what's going on to understand the conversation. I was like, I could see that. So we'll see. I don't know. What I like most about the little bit of extra money from YouTube is that it doesn't come from anyone's pocket, if that makes sense. Like, it doesn't come from your guys' pocket. Like, I'm not sitting here asking you for money. It's advertisers' money. I don't know. Yeah, Nancy. And I feel like a zipper pouch is a really good, not necessarily test of your skills, but it's a good way to kind of hone your skills and apply certain techniques. Evie, I get my zippers from kind of all over, but these I bought from waywack.com. Karen, I could not agree more. She says we also learned something from the video that may not have been taught in a planned tutorial. I thought that at first, but you can read comments along with the video and keep up. Oh yeah, if it's no longer live, you can see those comments still. That's kind of good. I've been doing my best to like read them out loud because I do get it. Like if you're watching it later and you're like, I don't know what someone said. What is this answer about? So I'm trying. Cool. And the cat's butt. Okay, good. I'm glad people like watching the lives later. That makes my life a little bit easier. Editing takes so much time. And for some reason, iMovie has a glitch right now where I can't upload directly from YouTube. No, from iMovie to YouTube, which makes no sense to me. And so I have to upload my videos, edit the videos, then download it to my computer and then upload it to YouTube instead of just uploading, editing, and then loading to YouTube. And I'm just like, crap. Oh, good to know, Monica. She says you can watch the live chat comments and watch it afterwards. I need to order more hardware, those 1-inch to 3/4 strap connectors. Well, they are restocked. Jeff, I am prepping these for C2E2. Oh, thank you, Mike. You too. Yeah, I only buy these zippers from Waywack though when they have like buy 2 get 1 free or something. And they end up being like 26 cents a piece, something like that. I'm getting hot. Working up a sweat. I do not hand close these. I just run them through my machine. Oh, they have it going on right now. I literally just stocked up because they had that sale, but I feel like I never have enough. But I'm like, if this bin is full, I have enough. And I just kind of dig through and grab whatever zipper. And I do like to do the same fabric with different zippers because people kind of dig through and find the zipper color they like the most. Oh, thank you, Pam. I really do try to put up a lot of content, and it's easy for me to go live because I'm always sewing. So sometimes I'll sit there like sewing and I'm like, I should really do this live for other people who are alone out there. But sometimes it just takes me longer to do it live because we have so many conversations. Not complaining. Maybe I'll try it from this angle. Look, I organized. I've never made the everyday tote actually, so I don't know. Maybe. I do own it, but okay. So those are all closed up now. I think my cleaners are here. So that's it for the zipper pouches. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys